So earlier today, I got the chance to experience the life of a con man in preparation for the premiere of Amazon Prime's new original series, Sneaky Pete. Now I have the opportunity to sit down with my teacher, reformed con artist and mentalist, Matt the Knife, to learn more about the world of cons. So I just spent the day being a con artist.
Yeah.
That was a little scary.
Yeah, that's great though. That's what makes it fun. Did it feel powerful for you?
I did. Is that like what an everyday situation looks like for someone in this industry?
Yeah, so like, I love that you call it an industry. Once you get past that initial kind of fear, you get more and more confidence in it. That's where the term con man comes from. I don't know if you know that, but it actually is.
Confidence.
Yeah.
Whoa. So walk me through how you yourself became a con man.
Originally, as a child, I read the James Bond series and decided when I grow up, I'm gonna be James Bond. And so from the perspective of like an 8, 9-year-old, what can James Bond do? He can cheat at cards and escape from restraints and pick locks and mentally manipulate and read people. And so I said, that's what I need to do. And my family was strangely supportive. I didn't even mean for it to like last more than one time. It just kind of transitioned into that. But you know, when you're like 15, 16 years old, you can basically get like a crappy fast food job.
Yeah, like you don't want to have a normal teenager job.
But at some point, I didn't like the idea of being a criminal. It's not what I wanted to do. I'm proud of the abilities I have, but it's not something I'm looking to do or would ever want to do again. I'm really much happier with my life not doing these things.
That's good. And so, like you were saying, with the abilities that you have and the skill set that you have, you've used those to start consulting.
I had to kind of make money somehow to pay my bills. And so I, once again, reapplied an unusual skill set and started doing magic. Originally, I just did it like, because I could do it. I thought, well, I heard about this guy who's a former card cheat term magician, and I thought about it and I was like, oh, I could do that, you know, because I could pick locks and get restraints. I'm kind of funny and I'm not gorgeous, but I'm not hard to look at, and shit, I could do magic. And so it was just supposed to be like, again, a temporary thing, and ended up really loving it and fell into it. A lot of the publicity I was getting was like con man turned magician. I was getting emails from people like asking me consultation questions about fraud stuff, and I would just answer them. Finally got kind of like enough of them to where I was like, this is taking up a lot of my time, and I bet there's money in this.
So how do you justify all of this? Does it like affect your moral standards of like what's right and wrong, or?
That's a good question. I'll give you the rationalizations that I think are the better ones.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I want to be clear, they're all still rationalizations. There are 3 biggies. First of all, do you lie?
Yes.
Of course you do, exactly. And that's a great starting point. We all lie due to etiquette, due to social norm and conformity. Just to go throughout your regular day, you kind of end up having to do these things.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So in a similar sense, once you start to become comfortable with the concept of lying, it's not a big leap to go that little bit further and go, well, this is a bigger lie. Second and third, and these are the biggies, cons are based around your own desire for quick money, believing against what is real. The third and final, and this is my favorite, so if you start off in the morning and you do something stupid, and I take your money for it, but you learn a lesson and not do that anymore, shouldn't I accrue a fee? I just gave you an education.
Oh, this is interesting. This is very interesting.
You can see how people can start to sleep at night. I mean, a lot of the guys, frankly,
Well, yeah,
just
even
don't
right
think
now,
about
I'm
it.
like, you're starting to think like, oh, it's not like this bad. It's only like this much bad. There's a badder bad than this bad.
Absolutely.
So in terms of relationships, if we can talk
Hey.
about, we can talk about dating for a second.
Sure.
Did the people that you dated know that you were a con man?
No. Even though I do magic and mentalism now, if you and I were to date for 10 years, you would still not know how I do any of my tricks. I take it
Wow.
very seriously, much more seriously than many of my peers even do. It's just, I knew that that's how people got caught. And I said, I don't ever want to get caught.
Yeah.
But it's exhausting. It's exhausting to do both. Because you kind of always have to cover. But if you do it long enough, you just get so good at it that it becomes second nature.
Okay, and my final question is, how do you think I did?
Terrible. No, I'm kidding.
Great.
No. Honestly, I think you did really well. I think you're going to look at it and gauge yourself on the success or failure rate of the
Yeah.
cons. That's not what I'm actually care about, especially not on your first day. For me, it's about your comfort level, your ease, and your social element. The whole amazing at being ordinary thing where you're immediately likable but instantly forgettable once you leave. I love the little compliments, the little banter, the little byplay. Even when you were nervous, I felt like you could get comfortable. And I actually, genuinely, I think that if we can just work on your moral center a little bit, which is a little too reasonable right now, I think that you could absolutely learn to do more of these things if you wanted
Wow, that's a little frightening, but...
to. Yeah, I know. What does that say about you as a person, huh?
I don't know.
Right?
Well, thank you so much for spending the
pleasure.
day teaching me how to be a con man.
You're welcome.
Teaching
You
me
did
to be a
great.
grifter. Awesome.
I respect it.
I respect you as well.
If you missed it, make sure to check out the first part of the series where I learned how to be a con artist. I rocked it, by the way. And make sure to catch Sneaky Pete, the story of a con man on the run from a vicious gangster who takes cover from his past by assuming the identity of his prison cellmate, the ultimate con.